Now at 10, an international group visits Joplin to learn about the city's 2011 tornado recovery. Plus, a proposal on Missouri ballots could impact future voting rules. And a nonprofit in Columbus has some big dreams for some little sleep.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
It's been a year since Gary LaTurner was killed in a hit-and-run crash just outside Galena, Kansas. Now authorities filed new charges in that case. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. A teen, Rocco Joseph, was originally charged in that case, and now his father also faces charges. The Cherokee County, Kansas prosecuting attorney filed the new charges Friday against Dr. John Joseph of Joplin. He's charged with leaving the scene of a fatality accident and contributing to a child's misconduct or deprivations. Authorities say Joseph was not driving the vehicle at the time of the crash, but that he instructed his son not to report it. An attorney for Dr. Joseph released a statement today saying the allegations are false and claims that will be shown in court. Dr. Joseph is set to appear in court on October 7th. Rocco Joseph faces a felony charge of leaving the scene of a fatality accident. His case has been refiled as an adult. Authorities in Joplin arrest 3 people connected to what officials say is a large quantity of fentanyl found in an apartment. Officers from the Ozark Drug Enforcement Task Force and Joplin SWAT searched an apartment at 802 Pennsylvania. That's where they say they found fentanyl and suspected methamphetamine. Officers arrested 2 women and 1 man at the scene. Formal charges are pending. Parsons police ordered the Parsons Middle School to shelter in place today after a report of gunfire close to the school. The report says the gunfire was near 28th and Crawford. The shelter in place order was after school had been dismissed this afternoon. No injuries were reported and no children were involved. Authorities say an adult pedestrian was the target. The investigation is ongoing. Been enjoying some nice weather. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, it turned out to be another fantastic day for us today. Temperatures just about perfect as we went into the mid 80s. 85 was our high. 52 is where we started. Average highs 84. 100 is the record set back in 1947. Outside right now it's 65 in Joplin, 59 in Pittsburgh. Most of us are sitting into the mid 60s across the region. We'll drop back into the 50s later on tonight. Let's go ahead and zoom in. As we go through the next 48 hours, it gets a little bit warmer over the next couple days as we should get into the upper 80s for highs tomorrow and then right around 90 to 91 degrees by the time we get into Wednesday afternoon. We're also tracking soon to be Hurricane Francine to see if we can get any of that moisture up in our general location. We're going to be talking about all that here in just a bit.
See you soon. A group of international emergency managers arrived in Joplin today to learn some lessons from the city. The group, representing 7 nations, hopes to learn more about Joplin's recovery efforts following the 2011 tornado. One city representative hopes the story of Joplin's recovery is about hope and success.
Consciously and intentionally put in Joplin because the 2011 tornado was a huge event where the entire country, the globe came together to support the efforts. And what better case study to talk about with the world than one within our own community? And this is why they should come here, right?
Global Ties KC, a nonprofit, hosted the group, which brought the team down from Kansas City area yesterday to spend today in Joplin. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly directs flags to be flown at half staff in recognition of the 23rd anniversary of 9/11. The directive applies throughout the state of Kansas from sunup to sundown this Wednesday to honor the nearly 3,000 lives taken during the terrorist attacks on September 11th of 2001. A constitutional amendment added to Missouri ballots could change the state's voting laws. This November, Missourians will vote on a ballot amendment that, if passed, would stipulate only U.S. citizens can vote in Missouri elections. While that's already law, another part of the ballot amendment 7 would prohibit ranked choice voting. Ranked choice voting is where voters don't just vote for a singular candidate, but can instead rank their choices. Missouri does not currently have ranked choice voting, but the amendment would bar possible future use.
Because you are choosing from multiple people in multiple ranks, multiple orders on the ballot. And as somebody who runs the elections in Jasper County, and we have people that don't even fill out the current ballot correctly, it's very scary to think about how convoluted it's going to be.
5 other states have banned ranked choice voting since April of this year. Those include Oklahoma. On the Missouri ballot, a yes vote would be to ban ranked choice voting and multi-state outcomes in state elections. Dream Big Little One is a nonprofit in Columbus, Kansas that provides beds to kids in need. They provide blankets, mattresses, stuffed animals, and more. Recently, they faced issues with storage, unstable floors, and creating a secure location for families to load their new mattresses. Well, thanks to a $4,300 Heartland grant, they'll finally get the upgrade they've been wanting.
There's an unsteady floor. There's shelving that we're not able to use. So there's just some things that if we had space back there that we could move a lot of these beds towards the back.
The president of Dream Big Little Ones says they're always looking for volunteers and donations to continue helping children in need. High school students in Pittsburgh feed classmates and community thanks to a storage container converted into a farm. That's coming up. But up first, an Arkansas county expresses some concerns over a proposed wind farm project.
The interview set for KOAM.
A controversial planned wind farm appears to be picking up speed in North Arkansas. Chris Bryant has details.
Scout Clean Energy is planning to install around 30 wind turbines in rural Carroll County in an area south of Green Forest, Arkansas. From hearings and town halls, the wind farm has faced opposition about what it could mean for the county.
I share a lot of their same opinions, but that's not what the law says. So that's why you have to go with what the law. People don't want a lawless judge. I will just say that they do not want that. No matter how much that they would want me to agree with them, I have to go by the law.
Judge Ryder says that when it comes to what is legal, everything has been done according to law.
Wish they would realize was that this is not a county thing at all. This is private contracts with private landowners and a private company. The only thing that the county has to do with it is the roads, the county road. That's our only interest.
According to the Scout website, the 180 megawatt project is expected to cover around 9,000 acres.
The wind turbines are coming because we don't have planning and zoning. Then the people do not want planning and zoning. They're ramping up to start building and putting these turbines up. I hope that they're good for the landowners. I hope they make money, because if it's good for them, it'll be good for Carroll County.
Scout Clean Energy will cover the cost of building and maintaining the roads around the wind farm as part of the road use agreement.
When the RUA is ready, I will sign that, because like I say, I think it's a no-brainer for our county. And after that, that kind of frees them up to ramp up to full speed on getting their turbines built.
MEN Judge Ryder hopes that people can go back to being neighbors again.
This is the greatest place in the world, as far as I'm concerned, to live, and that's part of the thing that hurts so much is neighbors against neighbors. People who've known each other for their whole lives, they have a difference of opinion, and that's what I would really stress. That's what I want. That's what I want, for us to go back and be a community again.
The Federal Aviation Administration has already given its approval after taking public input. A little later, Webb City hosts McDonald County in an area softball matchup. Brock Baldridge has that story and more coming up in sports.
Plus, we're going to warm up a bit as we go through the next few days. We're going to check that out coming up next.
Ashley Care.
Well, it turned out to be a nice Monday for us today. Temperatures pretty good across the region, most of us into the mid 80s, but we haven't had much in the way of humidity at all over the past couple days, so it allows our temperatures to really cool down at night and then a nice warm up in the afternoon, very comfortable. Plus, we're not dealing with that stickiness, mugginess across the region. All right, great shot. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort just outside of Seneca, Missouri. Temperatures are going to slowly heat up as we go through the next few days. Still very crisp during the morning hours. Most of us low to mid 50s. We're going to slowly warm as we go through the morning. I think most of us lower 80s by noon, and then by the afternoon, 87, 88, 89 degrees. 86 in Greenfield. Let's go 88 in Carthage. Gravette, 85 for a high. Miami, 86. Nevada, 87. Chanute, up to about 86 degrees. Then tomorrow night, again, we'll drop back upper 50s to near 60 degrees. Then Wednesday also looks pretty good. We are going to get some mid and upper level clouds, but temperatures not bad. They're going to be hot, 90 to about 91 degrees, but again, that humidity is going to be low. All right, 54 to start, 80 by noon. High temp, 88 during the afternoon. And if we go outside right now, it's very comfortable. It's 64 in Carthage. Stockton is sitting at 58 degrees. Grove is at 60, 59 in Jay. And then on the other end, Yates Center is sitting at 66 degrees. Through the night, drop back to 54 and rebound to 73 by about 10 o'clock in the morning. All right, if you didn't notice this evening, kind of smoky outside, kind of dusty. You can definitely see it when the sun was setting. And we have some surface level smoke from some fires. And as we go into Tuesday, we're also going to have that hazy kind of look. Once again, very similar to what we did have today. But there's nothing going on. It's clear skies. We could really use some rain. We haven't had a really good rainfall in several weeks, and there's just nothing out there across the Central Plains. Let's drop south. Here's Tropical Storm Francine spinning just south of Corpus Christi and Brownsville, clocking winds at 65 miles per hour. So a strong tropical storm. It's going to take a turn off toward the north and to the east, become a Category 1 hurricane by tomorrow, and then eventually should hit a Category 2 and make landfall midday parts of Louisiana. This is when we really want to watch it because we want to see how far west the remnants of Francine can get. You can see the main circulation right up the Mississippi River into southeastern, barely southeastern parts of Missouri. We definitely get the clouds. The problem is most of the rain stays just east of us. So let's look at Thursday. You got to really get to Springfield, Branson, West Plains before you get any beneficial rain. But if we could see a shift in this, which is possible, a little shift back toward the west, it would be nice to get a little bit of rain across the region. Right now, we're just going to go with a slight chance. We'll kind of reevaluate tomorrow. 88 for a high on Tuesday, 91 on Wednesday. Thursday, 84. And then with the clouds, Thursday into Friday, a little bit cooler, and then we clear out and we look great heading into this weekend.
Yeah, we've had a nice weekend. It's great to look forward to another one.
Definitely.
Thanks, Doug. Pittsburgh High School is on a mission to get its students to be more health conscious about their meal choices. The idea is so important that they decided to have a hydroponic container farm on school grounds. KOAM's Lonnie Walton has that story.
These students here are working on planting up new seeds that in about 4 to 6 weeks will transplant inside the container behind me. And this lettuce and greens will be grown to provide nutritious food for our students in the cafeteria.
Science teacher Audrey Rose says this student-driven farm container is much needed and hopes students will think about making better choices as well as learning how to direct their own steps in meal planning.
We are going to be getting students a hands-on experience in growing nutritional food, starting hopefully opening up their palate a little bit, and also introducing them to the future wave of agriculture.
Something totally different. I've never done anything like this before, and I think that's what's most appealing about it.
The idea started when Rose wanted her class to grow vegetables for a small greenhouse near her classroom for the culinary students. The plan went so well, she had to expand to an entire container. Now the whole county will be able to enjoy these farms.
Their goal is to have 105 high school container farms, and if you know Kansas, there are 105 counties, so they're wanting to put one of these in every county in Kansas.
Reporting in Pittsburgh, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
This apparently is the first in a school in the state. You can help fund the hydroponic farms by visiting the Pittsburgh Farmers Market, where the students work every Saturday from 8 a.m. to noon. And if you can't make it, well, you can donate directly to the school. Coming up in sports, Neosho squares off with Seneca on the softball diamond. We're going to have highlights from that game.
High school softball in Missouri enters its third week of the regular season. Last year's defending COC champion Neosho Wildcats play host to neighborly Seneca earlier this afternoon. Home game for Neosho as the Wildcats host the Seneca Indians on a rare 1 p.m. start time. Gotta love that. Well, in the circle for Neosho is Carly Kennard, and she was impressive once again as she pitches for 5 innings, strikes out 6 batters, and no earned runs on the afternoon for the future UCO Bronco. Bottom of the first now, Becklin Garrett at the plate goes the opposite way, and that ball lands for a base hit. 2 runs coming to score. Wildcats get on the board first. Neosho leads Seneca 2-0. A few batters later now. How about the freshman Sadie Leach? She drives one deep into the corner, and that scores Garrett from third. Leach hustles around the bases and is in there for an RBI triple. Neosho leads 3-0. Later in the game, Neosho trying to add to their lead, but Callie Fields runs this one down. Nice sliding catch. Seneca looking to rally back in this one. We head to the final inning of the ball game now. Kaiden Smith fields this one cleanly, throws out the runner at first. Neosho takes care of business. Wildcats shut out the Seneca Indians 6-0. Over to Webb City, Lady Cardinals softball team's back home tonight, looking for their 7th straight win, taking on the McDonald County Mustangs. Top of the third, Mustangs at bat. Dakota O'Brien smacks one to left field off the base of the wall. Kirsten Hopkins comes in to score. McDonald County strikes first, leading 1-0, but the Mustangs aren't done yet. The freshman Cheyenne Starr keeps us fair down the right field line. Another run comes in to score. McDonald County leads by 2, but the Cardinals unfazed. Olivia Nieberg pops one up to left field. It falls between the defenders. Carson Calhoun runs it in right here. We're tied up 2-2. We skip ahead to the 4th inning now. Lily Hall hits this sharp grounder off the defender's foot. Hall earns the 2-run double right here. Their pair runs score and, well, bring out the dance party in the dugout. Mustangs were unable to stay in it. Addie Burns wraps it up with a strikeout, and the Cardinals take this one 8-3, the final score. They improved to 7-1 on the season. Well, the Missouri Southern Lions football team hasn't started the season at 0-2 since 2021. Missouri Southern looks to regroup after another tough outing by losing their home opener on Saturday.
Tough loss to a number 3 Pitt State. I was proud of the way our guys started out and we competed. I thought we went toe-to-toe for 3 out of the 4 quarters. That second quarter was really the difference in the ball game. I'm excited that this will be the first time that we have the same starters going into the next week. You know, we added Deontay back, we added Akeem back. So we'll have some continuity going from game 1 or game 2 to game 3 in terms of our 2 deep.
Well, we've shown that we can compete with anybody in this conference. Like I said, it's just coming down to the small details. Once we eliminate them, it's free game.
Sticking with college football, the American Coaches Association releases its latest coaches poll. Pitt State football jumps up 2 spots and is now ranked as the number 4th team in the country. This comes after Pitt State beat number 3 Ferris State and Missouri Southern to start the season. So here's a look at the top 10 in the AFCA coaches poll. The defending national champion Harding Bisons take the top spot. MIAA opponent Central Missouri is at number 2. And of course, we have Pitt State there at number 4. We have another MIAA team in the rankings as well. Emporia State cracks the top 25 and comes in at number 21 as the Hornets start the season 2-0. So number 4 Pitt State is scheduled to host number 21 Emporia State this weekend in Pittsburgh. And tonight is the first Monday Night Football game of the year in the NFL. And well, we got a little bit of a glimpse of Joplin native Isaiah Davis, who suited up to play his first regular season game, but no action for Davis tonight as he watches on the sideline. San Francisco takes down New York 32-19, the final score there.
Tough return for Aaron Rodgers and company.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's a long season to go still.
That's true. A lot of games. We'll be right back.
This fall.
Okay, the happiest states in the entire country. The financial website Wallet Hub has released its list of those in America, and Kansas makes the top 20. The Sunflower State is ranked number 18 overall for happiness. Other states in the four-state area, well, they made the list too, just a little bit lower, or quite a bit lower. Missouri came in at number 32. Oklahoma came in at number 43, and Arkansas, it made the list, but all the way down at number 49. In case you were wondering, Hawaii took the top spot as happiest state. Louisiana, the least happy. I know some people who live in Arkansas who would certainly contest that and say, no, it's a very happy state, but you know.
What makes Kansas so happy?
Well, you know, sunflowers, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. What's the criteria here?
I suppose it's based on some ranking of people. I don't know. I do not know. I know a lot of people would argue with that ranking, but at any rate, there you go. One thing we're all happy about lately, though, Doug, is the weather. Pretty nice.
Yeah, temperatures have been great. We do need some rain. It's super dry out there. We just haven't had much for the past couple weeks, and this week again. Pretty quiet, maybe a couple showers late in the week, but temperatures warm up a little bit over the next couple days. We just don't have the real thick humidity, so it doesn't feel too bad.
Yeah, that's nice. Final sports note.
We talked about this in the break. You never want to look ahead in the schedule, but Pittsburgh State, if they can beat Emporia State this Saturday, we like their odds of almost maybe going undefeated to that Central Missouri game, so that would be a huge game, a top 5 matchup potentially in the future.
Yeah, at this point, top 4 matchup.
Top 4 matchup.
We'll see what happens by then. Thanks for joining us. Morning show starts at 5 a.m. Let's make it a great tomorrow.
Proud partner of